inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء وسيد المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا، إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. وتب علينا يا مولانا، إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. وبعد. We give praise and thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because He's worthy of all praise, and we thank Him for all numerous favors and bounties to which He has showered on us, and we seek His guidance. We thank Him for bringing us together once again to study His Word. In fact, He will bless our gathering, and that He would safeguard and protect us from the shaitan. We're still on Surah Yusuf, Surah 12. We reached up to Ayah 55 in our last session. Inshallah, we'll continue from Ayah 56 today, inshallah. And we might shorten our session a little bit today, inshallah, because I got pick up the sniffles. I might shorten our session today. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وكذلك مكنا ليوسف في الأرض يتبوأ منها حيث يشاء نصيب برحمتنا من نشاء ولا نضيع أجر المحسنين ولأجر الآخرة خير للذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون. Translation reads, thus did we give full authority to Yusuf in the land to take possession therein, when and where he liked. We bestow of our mercy on whom we will, and we make not the loss to be lost the reward of the doers of good. And verily the reward of the hereafter is better for those who believe and used to fear Allah and keep their duty to Him. Just quick recap and to catch up on where we are. If you know Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, when the king asked him to come and they brought him to the king, and the king is fully impressed with Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. He's impressed with his character. He's impressed with his explanation. He's impressed with his advice. He's impressed with his wisdom. He's impressed with the standard, his standing in the eyes of people. And so when Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, he tells Yusuf, you are established with me. You have a position of a high position with me today. And Yusuf says, then put me in charge of the stores of the land. And so the king had no hesitation in doing this because of his understanding on who Yusuf was. And so he immediately gave Yusuf the authority. He gave Yusuf the authority. Some say that Yusuf started, and then after a while, I don't know, some stories go that he had a huge gathering. He bring everybody together, and then he made a big announcement to everybody in the court that Yusuf is the man. Right? This is one of the stories that people tell, that that he made a big gathering at the court with all the people, everyone, his courtiers and everybody. And he made a big announcement, Yusuf, and he gave a crown to Yusuf. He gave a crown to Yusuf, and he says, he is now my right hand. He is the man. Anything go through him. Anything goes through him. He has full authority, and he functions, by my authority. He functions over the land. And so Yusuf was given full authority over the land. And of course, when you read the Christian scriptures or Jewish scriptures, they confirm this, that the king gave full absolute authority over Egypt to Yusuf. And Yusuf, so that the only one above Yusuf in authority was the king. So it's not like he stepped back and give Yusuf full authority to run the land. So Yusuf only report to him and talk to him and stuff. Nobody. Anything that Yusuf says, that everybody has to submit to what Yusuf says. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declares this in this ayat, وَكَذَلِكَ مَكَّنَّا لِيُوسُفَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. مَكَّنَ يُمَكِّنَ تَمْكِينًا. It means to establish someone with authority. Not just establish them, but with authority, to give them authority. To establish them with authority. That's what tamkeen means. It means to enable them with the power and the ability to act and function. To enable them with the power and the ability to function. Or to strengthen and consolidate their position in the standard. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says of Yusuf. And thus we did establish Yusuf in the land of Egypt, of course. We established him in the land of Egypt. And we just established him with full authority. So Yusuf now is fully established in the land when given the authority. And so the king, having this full confidence and trust in Yusuf, he gave him control of all the stores and treasuries. He gave him control and stores over the stores and treasuries of the land. He also gave him full authority to go and come and move about as he pleased. So he has full authority to do whatever he wants. He can go and come, he can live here, live there, he can give, he can take, he can make decisions without reference, without referring back to the king, and the king accepts what he does. In other words, he trusts him implicitly that he can run his kingdom without fear, without worry. Yusuf has proven that level of trustworthiness, that level of trust with the king, that he trusts him with the entire kingdom. That is serious coming from this, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, elevate Yusuf to this high standing. He elevate Yusuf to this standing by giving him complete control over the land of Egypt. Complete control over the land of Egypt. He's only answerable to the king. Only answerable to the king. So, in other words, he is like the king. Yusuf became like the king of Egypt. Because his order, everybody had to listen to it. Everyone has to listen to his order, listen to his word, listen to his the instruction, whatever, everything coming from him. So it was like that. So he became, because the king gave him his authority. The king gave him his authority. So Yusuf now can function with the authority of the king. He can function with the authority of the king, right? So that no one can question his actions. Just like they can't question the king, no one can question Yusuf. So Yusuf has the authority of the king. And he is like the king in the land. And this was the station that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevated Yusuf to. Elevated to a standard, to that standing in the land after having been restricted. Yusuf alayhi salam was restricted. He was restricted by, he was restricted, by being in the well. Limited. He's in the well. He can't move. He can't do nothing. So he was restricted in the well. And then he came into the house of the Aziz as a slave. So he's restricted again in his movement. He can't go and come as he wants. He has to go and come with the attention of the instructions of his master. Right? So he's restricted in the house of the Aziz, subject to him. All right? And then after this, he is again restricted in the prison. He can't move. Can't move, can't do anything without the prison authority. So after being so restricted in the land, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevated him and set him totally free to wander as he pleased. Set him totally free. He can go about the land as he wants. He can live any place that he wants. He can go and come as he wants. He can do whatever he wants. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove every restriction and give him authority over the land. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the ayah, نُضِيعُ نصيب برحمتنا من نشاء نصيب برحمتنا من نشاء. We he says, we shower our mercy or we give our mercy to whomsoever we wish. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to show his mercy on a person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showers that individual and elevate that individual. There's nobody can restrict them. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened it, there's nobody can restrict what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened. Nobody can close the door that Allah opened. Nobody can close the door that Allah opened. So when Allah opened the door for you, the door is open. There's nobody. So you don't have to worry about anybody closing the door that Allah opened for you. And if Allah don't open the door, then nobody can open it. If Allah don't open that door for you, nobody can open it. That's why we trust Allah, we put our dependence on Allah. This is why we have to put our faith and trust and dependence on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because only Allah can open the door. And when Allah opens the door, then nobody can close it. We have to put our trust in Allah. Yusuf alayhi salam was totally trusting Allah. So whatever the situation, he called on Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will change the situation. When he follow that, Allah change the situation. All the time. Everything he already knows throughout the story so far. Every time he had in the spot, he called on Allah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can open the door. Because Allah says, Man yatawakkal Allah fahuwa hasbuh. Whoever put the trust in Allah, Allah suffices them. Whoever put the trust in Allah, Allah suffices them. And he also tells us, Man yattaqillah yaj'al lahu makhraja. And whoever fears Allah and is mindful of Allah, Allah will always make a way for them. Allah will always open a way for them. He will always open a way. When you depend on calling Allah all the time, have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you depend on Him, Allah will always open a way. Always. Allah said that. يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Al-makhraj means an opening for you to find your way through. يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. And He will sustain him from avenues where he least expected. He will sustain him from avenues where he least expected. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send his sustenance and you don't even know where it's coming from. Allah will send it. Allah will send his sustenance. This I've seen with my own eyes. This I've seen with my own eyes without digressing too much. It came to me, my one of my key mentors, you know, he was an old man, right? Very old man. We called him Chacha, uncle. But he was like a father to me. He took me under his wing after I became a Muslim. He took me under his wing after I became a Muslim. I became a Muslim. I don't know anything. I don't know nobody. I don't know Muslims. I don't know anything. And he took me under his wing. He was one person who took me. There were a couple of people who took me under their wing after I became Muslim. He was one of those. And he knew my family. Right? He knew my family from before. So once he knew who I was, he took me under his wing. And Ali, because his name was Anwar Ali. And Anwar Ali, he was from East India, Bangladesh. Very down to earth, very simple, and he was in touch with nature. He was in touch with nature. He understood things on the level of nature. Very simple person. Old man, but you can walk with him, he walk faster than young people. Old man, he suffered heart problems and stuff, but when he started to walk, you can't keep up with him. But he had asthma and stuff like that. But patience and dependence on Allah, very old, he can't go to work nowhere. So he stayed where he was there in his home. And Allah will send him everything he wants. Everything he wants. He didn't go nowhere to work. He stayed right in he had a little old house. Right? He lived in the Masjid yard. He lived right in the Masjid yard, in a little old house. And all the other creatures used to live in the house with him too. The roaches and the worms and everything lived in that house with him. Everything lived in that house with him. SubhanAllah. And he didn't have no problem with nobody. But he didn't go anywhere. And Allah used to send him everything he wanted. I mean, this is not what somebody tell me. This is what I see for myself. So we hear Ali Chacha one day will get up. He says, Allah, I haven't eaten piece of meat in a long time. He used to talk to Allah like he talked to his friend. Allah, I have not eaten, and you can guarantee before the day out, somebody is gonna bring some meat and says, "Oh, my mom sent this to you," or "My dad sent this to you." Or he'll say, "Oh Allah, I could eat some fish today," and you can guarantee before the day is out, somebody can bring some fish for him. Or his relatives in Bangla would say, could you help me? My daughter is getting married, one of his relatives. My son is getting married, my daughter is married. Could you help us with something? He said, "Well, I need to send something for them, I need to send something more. And you can guarantee before the week is out, Allah subhanahu going to send $200-300 for him. And you take it and send it to them. He didn't go nowhere. In his house. And he didn't worry about anything. I've seen this my uncle. He was my mentor. And he was from old school, reading books of Sheikh Sadi and those early scholars. And so he taught moral lessons by anecdotes. So you want to teach your principle, you tell your story. The kids used to like to come around and listen to stories, but they think you tell a story. So you used to be teaching principles. They didn't understand it. You're teaching principles. You teach a principle by telling you a story. You tell a story. For example, tell a story about, you from Bustan, and you tell the story. The king came to one area and he saw an old man planting trees, planting fruit trees. And the king is surprised. This old man planting fruit trees. So he said, what? Oh man, why you stupid? Why you planting these fruit trees? You will never be able to eat from them. By the time these trees begin to bear, you'll be dead and gone. The old man says, I know, come with me. So he took him to another part where there was an orchard of fruit trees. He says, you see, my father planted those for me and planted these for my children. So he's teaching principles. That's how he used to teach. Right? He would teach this the way he used to teach. They're like stories, but he taught like that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him Jannah to Firdaus. And I remember him, he just came to my mind and I thought of him. And then, but he was an example right there that came to me of one who I know for a fact would depend on Allah. Depend on Allah. He didn't worry about anything as far as he concerned. Allah will take care of it. And sometimes it's difficult. So for us, we don't put that kind of dependence and trust on Allah. As Rasulullah says, لو أنكم توكلون على الله كما حق توكله لو أنكم, if only you would, توكل على الله حق توكله, in the right, as it's right to you to trust him, and you to do so correctly. He said, he says you will be sustained. Allah will sustain you just like we sustain the birds. The birds get up in the morning, they sing their praises, and then they take off. They jump off their nest. And they fly and they go. Allah take them to wherever He can feed them. He feeds them and then they come back home. Birds don't know where they can eat the food from next day. And they don't worry about it. They don't worry about, I wonder where my next meal is going to come from. They don't worry about it. Allah can send it. That kind of dependence is serious. That kind of tawakkul is serious. But that was the trust and dependence of the Rusul, of the messengers, the prophets and messengers. The prophets had that level. So they didn't worry, nothing fazed them. Because they know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can change it. So Yusuf, every time he in a problem, he called on Allah. Allah fixed it. And so he go down there, they put him down here, Allah subhanahu put him back. They put him down there, Allah put him back there. Until Allah eventually put him to the top over everybody. He took him from down and put him up to the top of everybody. Allah can do that. Allah can also take you from the top to the bottom too. So you gotta remember that. You gotta remember that. Allah can take you from the top and put you bottom. Because people think that when at the top, you can start putting themselves up. Not knowing that Allah can take you from the put you in the bottom too. So they get arrogant in themselves, that being a top, arrogant and haughty, and puffed up and bigger because they think that they're in charge and they're powerful and all of that. Allah can take you from there and put you down to. Yes, they can take you from the bottom here and put you up there. Allah can do that. That's the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Nusibi rahmatina man nasha. We show our mercy on whomever we please. Whoever we please, we shower our mercy on them to whomever we please. وَلَا نُضِيعُ أَجْرُ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. And we do not cause the ajr, the reward of the muhsineen, to be lost. We do not cause in this ayah, he is informing us and reminding us that he will never discount. So he not going to discount it, no, he's not going to make it lose. You will always get your full reward. Always. You're not going to get the discounted version of it. No, when he made it lose, that you don't get it. The reward of the muhsineen is guaranteed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This ayah is guaranteeing the reward of the muhsineen. He's guaranteeing it by this statement. وَلَا نُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. That the reward of the muhsineen, of the doers of good, the reward of the muhsineen is guaranteed. So we have to, once you become muhsin, and Yusuf was muhsin. Remember the statement of the two prison mates who came to him, and why they tell Yusuf, we come to you, inna naraka min al-muhsinin. We see you among the muhsinin. We saw that when we come to you to ask you about our situation. So Yusuf was on the muhsinin. Allah was on the muhsinin. And it's important for us to always try to become one of the muhsinin. It's important for us to strive always to become one of the muhsinin. And because the reward is always assured, is guaranteed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا أَجْرُ الْآخِرَةِ خَيْرٌ. But the reward of the hereafter is better. خَيْرٌ. It is khayr. Here it is better or best. وَلَأَجْرُ الْآخِرَةِ خَيْرٌ. وَهُوَ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَكَانُوا يَتَّقُونَ. It is best for who? The reward of the hereafter is best or better for those who believe in Allah and they are muttaqeen. They are God-fearers. Surely the reward of the hereafter is better or best for those who believe and used to fear Allah and keep their duty to Him. Here in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making it abundantly clear that the reward of the dunya is nothing in comparison to the reward of the hereafter. And Allah made this statement because you see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Yusuf, he gave him total authority and control over the land of Egypt. Total authority and control over the land of Egypt. That is a big thing. And the Pharaoh is not big, Pharaoh is telling you, Yusuf alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam. He got all carried away, he got all mixed up and carried away because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, made him so big, make him so powerful over Egypt. He says, look, my people, look, man, I got the river flowing below me. Look at what I got. Who you think is better, me or you, or this man Musa? He can't even speak properly. And he showed what he had as, he felt so big and powerful with what he had and the kind of control he had over Egypt. Allah SWT gave that to Yusuf Allah gave that to Yusuf before him. Yusuf was before him, his time. And Allah gave that to Yusuf. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making it clear in this statement that that is nothing. That is nothing in comparison to the reward hereafter. All that big position and power and control and authority in the land is nothing. In the dunya is nothing compared to what you will get in here, what you will get in the hereafter. Nothing. That's what Allah is making it clear. Well, ajul akhirah, it's better than all of that stuff. All of that position, all that part, it's better than all of that. It's greater than all that. That's what I'm going to say hereafter. Amen. Greater and better. You can precise in this one. It's nothing in comparison to the reward hereafter. The dunya, reward in the dunya is nothing. So the individual who strives after dunya only, he's cheating himself. Anyone who strives only after dunya and neglects the hereafter, that person is cheating themselves because they think they're getting so much when they're not really getting nothing. They're getting very little because the hereafter is much better and much greater than what they get. No matter how much it is. Because Allah SWT says that those people who disbelieve and they come before Allah SWT, Allah says if they had the dunya, the entire dunya, وَمِثْلَهَا مَعَ, and a likeness of it along with it. So that means if they had the dunya and all it contains 2 times over, لِيَفْتَدُوا بِهِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, so that they shall ransom themselves on the day of judgment with it. That Allah SWT says, it will not be accepted from them. It's not enough. So the dunya twice over, and all it contains, twice over, cannot ransom you in the end because the insignificance of its value. Insignificance of its value. You know, it's like the individual, you know, here, you know, you got, when you go from here over and you go to like a country, the money don't mean a lot. You know, Mexico or Guyana or something like that. You know, or the other items where the money is much, it's not much. You know, you got $1 million. $1 million might be $1 million might just be $1,000. That's it. It don't worth much. Right? It don't mean much. You know, and you come to a place now, you realize that $1 million you got no worth much. It can't buy much of it. You know, I remember some years ago, you know, we went to Mexico. You know, I was visiting, I was in Belize, and so we drove into Mexico, to one of the little local towns in Mexico, Chapamal. And, you know, I changed, I didn't know how to exchange what the money was like that. So we go and exchange the money, exchange $100. They don't give me so much money. I'm like, what to do with this money? It's so much money they give me, pesos. Give me a whole pile of money. But the thing is, when you go out to buy something, you're going to buy something with this money. I mean, it costs a lot of money, you know. So the money is not much. Yeah? The money is not much, you know. So $100 is another whole pile of money after all, you know, because once you start to spend it, everything is so much hundreds of pesos. You know, everything is hundreds of pesos. It's not, you know, 20 pesos or 10 pesos. Everything is hundreds of pesos. So the money really like that, it can finish up quick. You know. Yeah, Jamaica. Yep. Same thing in Guyana. You know, I went there and I changed, and they give me all this money. What did you do with it? Well, when you go to the store, this thing costs $1,500. I could not figure it out at all. It confused me. And I always tell the brother, how much does this mean in dollars, in real dollars? Tell me how much this is in real dollars, because I can't figure this stuff out. So that is the hereafter. Dunya stuff in the hereafter don't have much value. So when a person give more value to the things of the dunya over the things of the hereafter, that individual is cheating himself and not even realizing. You're cheating yourself and not even realizing it. Because Allah says, La ajul akhir khair, it is better. It is better. As Allah SWT explained it. So it's not just better, it's best. It's not just better, it is best. So that the reward of the Akhirah is not just better, it is greater. It is greater than that. It's not just better, it is best. And this is what we should do. So for, we should not, as believers in Allah, we should not become that confused, because one has to be confused. We cannot become that confused that we give preference to things of dunya over the akhirah, because that has been a state of confusion. There has been a state of confusion when we do so. So we should never, as believers, yes, the non-Muslims, they're confused because they don't know the difference between this and that anyway. So they say, give it to me now. I don't want it over the hereafter. I don't want over the hereafter. I don't believe in it anyway. So, they say, Rabbana atina fid dunya. Allah, give me now. They want it now. I don't worry about the hereafter. As I heard one person say, the hereafter will take care of itself. Let me deal with now. Let me deal with now. The hereafter will take care of itself. Okay, and that's it to you. But as far as I know, you got to prepare for the hereafter in the dunya. So you just got to worry about taking the dunya and not preparing for the hereafter. Because you can wind up in trouble. You can realize that when you get there, you didn't make no preparation, that you wasted your time just gathering the dunya. It's like individual is like the same thing with the money. You gather so much money in Mexico, and then you come here, you realize you ain't got much. You're a millionaire over there, and you come over here, you realize you're a thousandaire. Yeah, it's serious. No, you have to make sure you get the value. Make sure you get the value. And so hereafter is like that. So you should not be confused in it. So it is very, very, very Allah says, وَلَا نُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. We do not cause the reward of the muhsinin to go astray, but the reward of the hereafter is better, is best. لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those people who truly believe in Allah, وَكَانُوا يَتَّقُونَ, and they used to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These two ayahs here, they're very significant. Very significant ones. In this ayah, we're not going to go deep on them, but I just want to mention one or 2 points in relation to this. In this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, in these two ayahs, He mentions 3 fundamental qualities and attributes to have success in the hereafter. Success in the dunya and the hereafter. So the minor success and the major success. Because success in the dunya is minor success. Success in the hereafter is major success. Right? It's major success. Although many people think that the success in the dunya is the major success, because they're going to get confused. Look at me, look what they got. You know, so they look at a believer who don't have much. You know, this believer who has so much, like Pharaoh and Musa. You know, look at what I got. Look at what you got. Or Karun. Look at what I got. Who you think is better? Right? So they look at it like that because they get confused that they got so much that they think that that is it. Not understanding that that is the minor success, not the major one. The major success is the success in the hereafter. That is the major success. As Allah subhanahu says, Man zuhziha anin nar wa udkhila al-jannah. The one who is diverted from the hellfire and is caused to enter Jannah for faz. He is successful. He is the successful one. Because Umal Hayat al-Dunya illa mata'u ghurur. So what's the life of the dunya except for the temporary enjoyment? So, you know, to enter into Jannah, that is the major success. Not reaching the pinnacle of power in the dunya, but reaching it in, just get into the gates. Just get it into the gates. Because the person who just barely gets into the gates of Jannah will get what Allah gives them is greater than what anybody have in the dunya. Yes. The reward of the individual who barely gets into the gates of Jannah. They can just scrape through and get into the Jannah. Their reward is greater than the entire dunya. Their reward is greater than the dunya. So what about the people who was foremost and gone ahead? This is the last person who gets in the Jannah. You know, the Prophet was going to talk about this person. Last one who goes to the Jannah. You know, when he finally come out the fire, you know, and Allah SWT says, go into the Jannah. You go to the Jannah and you look in. When you look in Jannah, you see how the people are. You say, oh, I can't go in there, look at me. Y'all burn up, look how I look. That's how I look. And Allah SWT says, oh, go to the river over there. And you go to the pool over there, and you dip in and he comes out and looking like the people in the Jannah. When he comes out, he looks like the people in the Jannah. And he says, oh Allah, just put me inside the door. I don't want nothing else. Just put me inside for them. Allah says, you're not going to ask for anything else? He says, no, my Lord. Just put me inside. So he goes in. Allah said, okay, go in. So he go in, when he gets inside, and he says, oh Allah, he just put me over there, right? And so he until Allah, he beg Allah, until Allah want to give him and give him and give him. Then he got more than the entire dunya. He got more than he's begging Allah all the time. Until he get more than what the dunya. That is, you know, the reward of the hereafter. And so Allah mentioned these three qualities or attributes that of success, true success in the dunya and the akhir. The three qualities he mentioned is an ihsan. He says ajrul muhsinin. The quality is ihsan. Right? Ihsan is the quality of the muhsinin. And then he says lilladina amanu. The quality is iman. The quality of the mu'mineen is iman. وَكَانُوا يَتَّقُونَ. The quality of the muttaqeen is taqwa. So these three qualities Allah mentioned, ihsan, iman, and taqwa. Ihsan, iman, and taqwa. These three important qualities. Ihsan is excellence. Ihsan generally means excellence. Right? And the first excellence is supposed to be excellence in ibadah. That's the highest level of excellence is excellence in ibadah. There's no higher level of excellence than that. So excellence is the standard in Islam. Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala emphasized excellence. Rasulullah emphasized excellence. So the standard that is set for Muslims, for believers, for people is excellence. Right? As Rasulullah tells in Hadith, the authentic Hadith, he says, "Inna Allah katab al-ihsan ala kulli shay." Allah has decreed ihsan for everything. Ihsan is the standard. He even mentioned in the Hadith. He says, so even if you're gonna slaughter an animal, make sure your knife is very sharp, so you don't make the animal suffer. Ihsan, even if slaughter an animal. So ihsan is a very important quality, and is a very important standard. It is the standard of Islam. I know Muslims have become so accustomed to mediocrity that we actually applaud it and think that it is good, because we have grown accustomed to mediocrity. So mediocrity has been our standard for how long? But mediocrity is not the standard of Islam. Ihsan is excellence is the standard. So we should always be striving for excellence. We should not be contented. Oh, it's okay. I'm I make my salah. I'm okay. I learn a surah. I'm okay. I make my salah. I make 4 salah a day. Alhamdulillah. No, you have to strive for excellence. Excellence is the standard. Right? I'm getting by, so I'm okay. No, excellence. That's the standard. And the highest of all standards of excellence is excellence in ibadah. To vie with one another in worshiping Allah. So Allah says, Sari'u ila maghfirah. Vie with one another for Allah's mercy and forgiveness. Wa Jannah. And vie for the Jannah. Vie with each other for Jannah. Yet still, we see the Muslims today, we vying for property and vying for leadership and we vying for all kinds of nonsense we vying for. You don't vie at the work, you forget Jannah and the other stuff that you're supposed to vie for. Alright? It is the reality. It's excellence. Ihsan is excellence in ibadah. Iman is sincere acceptance within the heart. Iman is sincere acceptance within the heart. Right? That is what Iman is, because Iman is from the heart. Right? Rasulullah tells us, Al-Iman ma waqara fil qalb wa saddaqahu al-amal. Iman is that which takes root from the heart and our actions bear testimony to it. All right? So Iman begins in the heart. Right? So the Iman. Taqwa, however, Taqwa is an active motivation. This is how I describe my definition of Taqwa. Right? This is my definition of Taqwa. Taqwa is an active motivational agent in the heart of the believer. Taqwa only resides in the heart of a believer. If you're not a believer, you can't have taqwa. Right? If you don't believe in Allah, you can't have taqwa. If you don't, if you don't have shyness or shame before Allah, of course not, man, do what you want. So you must have Iman, you must believe in Allah to be shy before Allah. You must have Iman in Allah to have taqwa. So taqwa only inhabits the heart of the believer. So it is an active motivational agent in the heart of the believer, right? That motivates the believer to do good, to do right, to become obedient. It motivates the individual. So taqwa is important because it's a motivational agent, right? So it's important for that. It's a motivational agent that brings about taqwa then is an ingredient of Iman, right? Taqwa is an ingredient of Iman, and it makes the believer both God conscious and God fearing. It makes the individual both God conscious and God fearing. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give us salah, made salah compulsory. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made fasting compulsory. كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون, because fasting is one of the unique methods of attaining taqwa, because one have to always maintain a level of consciousness and God-fearingness when you fast, because only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that we are truly fasting or not. You can stand up before people, white all around your mouth, and everybody think you fasting. But in secret, you're filling it up. Nobody knows, only Allah. So if there's no taqwa, right? Fasting, if there's no taqwa, you're not going to fast. You're not going to fast if there's no taqwa. So fasting causes taqwa to grow in your heart, because you have to be God conscious and God fearing enough to not eat or not drink or to give up the stuff that Allah said to give up. Right? So fasting is a very important thing. That's why we should fast. Fasting should be coming up. Fasting month should be coming in every 3 months or so. All right? You want Jumada Thani, right?
Yes, this is the first time.
You just ended Jumada Thani. All right? So you only got another 3 months to go before Ramadan starts. All right? So the taqwa then, as I said, is an ingredient, and it both it makes the heart of the believer both God conscious and God fearing. So when taqwa is present in the heart of the believer, it makes the believer acutely conscious. It brings an acute consciousness to the heart of the believer, a consciousness and awareness of a mindfulness of Allah, of self and of Allah. Because the individual, once he is conscious, then he knows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is present. He knows that Allah is seeing him. He knows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is aware of everything that he does. So consciously, this is important. And so from this order, how the words come in two ayahs, we see that the muhsin, because ihsan is the highest level. Right? Ihsan is the highest level in Islam. It's the highest level of deen. Right? According to the Hadith of Jibreel, Hadith of Umar, and the story of Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, the highest level of ihsan, the highest level of deen. When Jibreel came and he asked the Prophet, mal Islam, mal Iman, mal Ihsan. So ihsan was the highest level of deen. And when he left, he told Omar that, he says, Zalikum Jibril. That was Jibril, Atakum, who came to you, yu'allimukum deenukum, to teach you your deen. To teach you your deen. Alright? So, ihsan is the highest level of deen. Iman is the second level of deen. And Islam is the lowest level of deen. Islam is the lowest level of deen, because Islam is only, is from the expression of the tongue. You say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, you're Muslim, for example. Okay? You're Muslim. So it's from just expressing it. And if you say that before me, I have to accept you as a Muslim. Right? I have to accept you as a Muslim. So if you said this, you say, I'm Muslim, yes, I have to accept you as a Muslim. I can't say you're not a Muslim. All right? Because I have no authority to put you out of Yamakallah. Yamakallah. Shafakallah. I cannot put you out of Islam. As long as you utter the word of Shahada, the story of Usama, when he killed that person. You can't put him out of Islam. You understand? Once you say Shahada, Allah, you gotta accept it for you. So Islam is by the tongue. Alright? So it's the lowest level. But Iman is by the heart. Iman is by the heart. So from this we understand that every mu'min is a Muslim, but not every Muslim is a mu'min. Not every Muslim is a mu'min. The way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the Arabi, to the Bedouins, in Surah Hujurat, Surah 49, Allah says, قالت الأعراب آمنا. The Bedouins say, we are believers. قل لم تؤمنوا. Say to them, no, you don't say that. You don't. لكن قولوا أسلمنا. Instead say, we have become Muslims. فلما يدخل الإيمان في قلوبكم, because Iman has not grown out of your heart yet. Iman has not taken root in your heart yet. So say you're a Muslim, don't say you're Muslim. Allah knows Muslim. Because Allah don't look at the outside, Allah look at the inside. He look at the heart. Alright? So he judges from the heart. So every Muslim is not a Muslim, but every Muslim is a Muslim. Alright? And then the ihsan is on the higher level. The ihsan is on the higher level, is the highest of the levels, and that's when Jibril alayhi salam asked the Prophet Oman ihsan, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam responded, An ta'budallaha ka'annaka tarahu. It is to worship Allah as though you are actually seeing Him. فَإِن لَمْ تَكُنْ تَرَاهُ, and if indeed you don't see Him, فَإِنَّهُ يَرَاكَ, then for surely you know that He sees you. So you worship Allah. There are two levels of ihsan. The upper level is to worship Allah as though you're actually seeing Him, and the second level of ihsan is to worship Allah with the consciousness that He is seeing. The consciousness that He is seeing you every move. So you don't see Him, at work. You ain't see Him, but the boss got the camera on. He watching you. So once He watching you, He watching you. So you can do everything when to show, because He watching for the camera. At work. Now, if the boss walk into the room, it's a different story now. I mean, you straight out. So these two levels of ihsan, right? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us ihsan. And so the muhsin then, the muhsin would be the one who is a sincere believer, who is ever mindful of his Lord. That would be a mu'min. The sincere believer who is ever mindful of his Lord. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among them.
Amen.
And so this ayah, really lay a ground plan for us. A ground plan for us that we should strive, to grow our iman so that our taqwa can increase and we can be elevated to the level of ihsan. Striving after this level, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate us. I think, and then any quick questions, inshallah, before we wrap up and we close at the time, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Talking about ihsan, how can one protect ourselves as Muslims to the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that talk about the bankruptcy in the hereafter, that a person will come with salat, with everything about the bankruptcy. How can we protect ourselves from that?
You're not becoming bankrupt?
Yeah,
By doing exactly what Allah and His Messenger tell us to do. That's what the Prophet says. The person become bankrupt. How does become bankrupt? Yes, he is performing salah. He's giving zakat. He's giving charity. He performed hajj and everything. But despite doing all those good things, his iman does not stop him from doing wrong. So that means he's gathering up a lot of good stuff. He's doing it. He sees important. He's doing it, but it doesn't stop him from cursing people out. It does not stop him from stealing people. It does not stop him from embezzling the wealth of other people. It does not stop him from doing harm to other people. Now, if your iman don't stop you from doing those things, all these good deeds that you're doing ain't gonna benefit you. Because Rasulullah says that he comes and he has lots of salah, lots of zakat, a lot of charity, and all this good stuff he has. وَقَدْ شَتَمَ هَذَا, but he cursed that man out. وَأَخَذَ مَالَ هَذَا, and he stole and he took the money from this person. وَكَذَبَ هَذَا, and he does all these things. He does wrong to people all the time, but he's not, one. So our iman should be that it not just only promotes us to do good. This is where taqwa comes in. This is where taqwa comes in. Taqwa makes us acutely conscious. Not only Allah, our Lord, but of ourselves. Because when we become forgetful of Allah, Allah calls us to forget ourselves. So we don't do what we need to do to prepare ourselves. So we have to, be conscious. We have to be conscious and make sure that we do, while we're doing good, we make sure that we don't cause harm to other people. Because the best thing that we can do is not to be harmful to other people. If we can do something good for them, the best thing we can do for people is don't harm them with your way. That's the best thing we can do. You don't have to give them anything. Just don't be harmful to them. But the worst people are those people who are the ones who people shun because of their bad character and bad ways. Those are the worst people. People shun them because of their bad character and their bad ways. People don't want to be around them. So we have to be mindful of this if we want to save ourselves and not because Rasulullah says that person comes And all the people that he wronged in the dunya, they come because this is the day of this is the day of justice. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the judge. So everybody can come, everybody that he wronged can come to Allah and he can make restitution. Allah is then they can come before and says, "Oh my Lord, this man wronged me. He took my wealth. This one wronged me. This one slandered my character. This one did so and so. This one did so and so. And he want justice." And Allah is the just. So how will Allah give justice? Allah will take from his hasanah. All them good deeds that he will take from them to the extent of the wrong he do them and give it to them. So they're gone and next one comes. And Allah take from his good deeds and give it to him. And the next one comes. And it will continue like that till all the good deeds gone down. And someone still coming and saying to Allah, "This man did me so and so and so." So Allah now will take, he got nothing to give. So Allah will take from the sayyi'at, the bad deeds of that person, and put it on him. Until he went up with all bad deeds. And then Allah will put him in the fire. Allah will put him in the fire because he had nothing left. He had no good. All he got bad. Because he earned it. And when he earned them, he earned those bad deeds from his actions in the dunya. He earned them from his actions in the dunya. He thought he was doing good in the dunya. But he wasn't doing good, he was doing that. And I'll make it easy and any other questions before we wrap up? Right? Inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.